And back here at WashU with Dr. Wayne Armbrust. Did I say that right? I'm always afraid to mix a couple of those letters up, but had so much experience in the sport at all different levels. But tell me what it's like working with Andy and Matt and you know, helping these guys to improve. And
well, it's a lot of fun. You know, I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun. That's why I do it. I'm not, you know, I'm not making any money off of it.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of fun. I've coached postgraduate athletes for over 40 years, and you know, with some success, and it's just something I enjoy doing, and I'm probably going to continue to do it as long as I've got athletes that want to work with me, and as long as I'm able. You know.
Yeah. And how long have you been in Columbia now?
About 21 years, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And I know official at many meets and all over, and I know with their track consulting business, you get work from people all over to help use your knowledge and your guidance to help them with their track design and configuration. Tell me when your track interest started compared to your scientific interests.
Well, I mean, I competed in track in junior high and high school, but you know, I wasn't really that good, and I guess I was just not really tremendously interested. It seems like when I was a senior in college is when I really started to be interested in track, and started to get fairly confident in it. Still never was great, but was reasonably confident in it. I continued to compete, and I competed in track myself for 12 years after college.
Okay.
So.
And then where did the physics and the science part of your
well, it goes right along. You know,
connection?
there's an awful lot of physics involved in track and field. You know, you have to understand forces and how they're developed, and complicated things like angular momentum, which is involved in high jumping. There's angular momentum in 3 different dimensions that you have to that the athlete has to be able to do right in order to clear the bar properly with the flop, and all sorts of things that that you have to understand how force has to be applied to the center of mass to keep the person on balance, and what's necessary in hurdle technique for proper clearance, and to not have to raise your center of mass any higher than necessary.
Right. And then when did when did that grow into the extra part of marking tracks and designing and configuring?
That just kind of happened by accident. I was still a graduate student at Ohio State when that happened. Somebody that when I lived in Columbus and was a graduate student at Ohio State University, I was also the coach of the Ohio Track Club. And a former member of the Ohio Track Club was an alumnus of a prep school in Columbus area, and they built a track, and for some reason they didn't have enough money in their budget to line the thing properly, so they were going to try to do it themselves, and this guy knew that I knew quite a bit about math, so he asked if I could help him do it. So I wrote a little computer program to do it, and I thought, well, maybe I could actually make some money out of this, so I expanded the program and made it more general to be able to handle different situations and that sort of thing, and it developed into a business over the years. I've been doing that a long time too. I think that started in 1975 with that, and I think I tried to make a business out of 1976. So that's been a long time too.
Yeah, it's computer marks, and what just in general, what do you think the state of track and field in the U.S. is? Any things that you get upset with, or any suggestions you wish we'd adopt?
I get upset about the track. I don't know what the sport can do. We're in a whole lot better. I get really upset at the lack of coverage that it gets.
Sure.
You know, I can't believe that they put all these garbage sports on TV like X Games and that sort of thing. It seems like just
right.
Track's the oldest sport known to man,
sure.
and and it just doesn't seem to get the respect that it ought to.
Sure. Yeah.
Even despite the tremendous number of participants that it has on the high school and college level.
It doesn't seem to make sense, does it?
No, it doesn't at all.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to do about it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't get any publicity. It doesn't get any respect. I hate to. It seems like the athletic departments and the publicity, the sports information people could promote track a little bit better than they do. They seem like they promote other sports a lot better than they do track, and I don't understand why that is either. It seems like I think track would be a lot more popular if people would know when they're going to have a track meet, for example.
Right.
I don't know if half the people in Columbia know that Mizzou even has a track team.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I could go on all day about my suggestions or disappointments, but although USATF, we do have a new CEO who was in the entertainment business, and maybe he's got some great ideas. We'll see.
I hope. I'm not gonna be counting on that.
Yeah, but well, I sure appreciate the time, Dr. Wayne, and thanks. And we'll be catching you later this spring. Hopefully, some great weather for these guys to compete in.
It would be nice to have a little bit better weather than this week and the week last week. This is, I don't think, any better than what it was last week.
So we'll hope and pray and keep.
Andy didn't have a wind in his face when as he's taken off today, though. That might have some reason why I did better today.
Right. Well, hopefully we'll have some great conditions the rest of the spring. We'll see.
Okay.
Well, thanks for the time, sir.
All right, thanks, Chris.